Right now, there is a community event going on the Balance Mod servers. It's called the Tournament of Roses. And this will be in the description below. It's also in the Discord announcements. There are some challenges, some general info. We are running some new maps for the duration of the events with challenges and rewards, so be sure to check that out. So today's video is going to be about our #1 ranked player on the balance mod called Awfully Normal Enigmus, or just Enigmus. So the guy who normally just sends us like really stupid stuff, it's this guy we're going to be looking at today because he is has some pretty interesting stats. All right, so we're gonna look at the stats and then we're gonna look at the gameplay here. So if you look here, you can see that he's on the top above me, which annoys me endlessly, of course. You could also see that his kill per death ratio is insanely high. This is his average, like 4.3 kills per death in the entire 2 days and 12 hours he's been playing. Now, if you look at this number and then you look at me, you see like 1.6. You know, I'm a pretty good player. You have Ximena, also a pretty good player. Kepbox, also a really good player. Like, nobody is really above 2. Even in the top 50, right? So his kill per death ratio is so high that no one is even remotely close. And if you look at, well, who has like better kill death ratios? Well, it's people who've been basically playing for like a half an hour against their friends, got 8 kills, and that was that. Or someone who just played, you know, for 10 minutes, got 6 kills and 1 death, and that's a 6 KD ratio. So you can see like he's pretty much alone in the aspect of having like the highest KD. You can see like there's 4, 3, 2, and then that drops down to 1 something. So we're gonna look at how he plays and see if we can learn anything from him. I have like a hunch on how he plays for having played against him, but we'll see how he plays. So normally he plays Demoman or Pyro. That's usually his most used classes. Actually, we can double check that if we go to his profile. Yeah, so as you can see, he plays Demoman for the most part, some Spy. These are all from the 28th days, I think. Right, let's get into the game and see how he plays. So, this is not going to be a full game in terms of 12v12. It's basically going to be 8v8, I think, for the most part, so it's going to be a little less than normal, but this was one of the few games I could find that we were actually recording Source TV and he wasn't playing Medic. So he's playing Demoman, of course, very defensive classes, which is also one of the reasons he has such a good kill-death ratio, because he's playing from what I've seen, he plays very safe, never engages unless he knows he wins, and is very good at running away and having teammates in front of him, kind of like letting them do all the hard work and then picking up the pieces, claiming all the glory later. That's the hunch I have, or that's my impression of what I've seen. So we'll see if that's actually the case. I just basically fast-forwarded this demo for quite some time. I've just seen all of it, so it's going to stay 8v8 for the most part, so less than Highlander, but that's fine. Gates are about to open, so let's see what our dear friend Enigmus does. So he's using the buffed Scottish Resistance, which is pretty good on defense now. He has some traps set out. You can see already he's in the back. Notice that he's not in the front. He's like really far back, able to retreat, and he keeps running backwards. Works fine. He's going to be helping out this engineer with a couple of traps. Hasn't really gotten anything too much done yet. However, he gets the kill on Neri and then runs in here, being very safe, being sure not to poke. Not that the enemy team has a sniper, but regardless anyway. So then he goes back, survives, and you can see here, normally this is where most players would just go forward and die to the blue team, but he just kind of stays here and holds the line, and then the heavy is in front of him. And then he decides to not be too aggressive. He's just going to stay back here and just be a good demo man, and he has like his heavy in front of him looking around. So even if you play Spy here, it's going to be pretty difficult to sneak up on him because there's only, 8 players on each team. Setting up some more sticks around the side here. And then you can see he's not engaging. He's staying way back. Just laying down some spam, killing Neri once more. And also Enigmus is the player that has killed me the most, like a ridiculous amount of times. So that's also interesting. You can see here I'm just pushing by myself. And then here comes the blue team. He's being very passive. He's just staying, holding the line, using the sticks. Here comes the scout. He backs off. And then he is trying to get something done here, but I think he's gonna die here. Yep, down he goes. Being the only one alive and kind of all out of ammo of all guns. So just gonna fast forward. There he is, back using his speed pad. Now back on the regular sticky bomb launcher. Allows him to be a bit more aggressive with those fast detonators. Sees that the blue team is everywhere. He is not one to stay in the front. And then he just backs off with the rest of his team, which is what you should do. So he stays here, just laying down some non-committal stuff. And barely survives there. Gonna go back, he's trying to look for the medic. Goes for the health pack, and then the medic teams up with him. Laying down some stakes. Blue team is pushing pretty hard here, so it's going to be a bit tough to deal. And then we can see that he's backing out a little bit, sticking up this trap. Let's see, so he's dancing around the soldier a little bit. He's the reason he's soaking up damage is because he's close to the medic, which now has Uber. That pops it on him, I think, yeah. Not sure if that was like a force pop, because it didn't seem like a full one, and then he dies. So they're still holding. We're still the blue team, which is the team I'm on. So when I say we, I mean the blue team. We're gonna be struggling a little bit. Then he's holding back really far back. You see, he's not in the front doing that kind of stuff. He just has a lot of space between him and the cart. Very patient. Laying down some spam. Not staying in the sniper sightlines. Now the blue team has one. Kills the medic. Profi goes down. Then he goes up here. He doesn't know that there's someone left of him. It's just a scout. It's Robson. Well, he did get spotted, but Robson didn't see him. So now he's in a good spot. Has some stakes down. If anyone runs up the stairs, he has it under control. He's with his friends too. Now he has the high ground, which is really scary. We have the blue team. Oh, gets a nice double killer, killing me and the other guy, Brave Conscript, going down. But we did get the capture, so he didn't stop the objective. So now blue team has forward spawns, and then he gets a double kill here on the medic, I think. Both medics going down at the same time. So then they go Uber coming in, bad engagement for blue team. You can see Enigmus once again staying in the back. He has been in the front, but not the entire time. You can see he's really, really far back, just bolstering those back lines, making sure that nobody comes through on the flanks. And then he takes an arrow in the chest, decides to go back to the dispenser, putting down stakes all over. He doesn't need to peek, because, you know, as long as the cart's not moving. So he's just putting down some of these bombs, actually trapping me here, so I'm gonna die here. Yep. That's a good fight there. So then he's super low in health, and somehow a soldier doesn't get to follow up and kill him. I think that's what a lot of people have with Enigmus, is that he almost dies, and then you don't have like any hit scan or shotgun to finish him off, and he just kind of jumps away. And we've seen that happening a couple of times here, but it hasn't been that, you know, insane. Of like pressure being applied by the blue team. You can see that the blue team is scattered. Like, what is this guy doing? You're just gonna die. It's the only sniper we have. So now it's 10v10. So it's a bit more active. Blue team still struggling to push through here. You can see that blue team is attacking one at a time, and then Enigma staying behind his teammates, making sure it's always like a 2v1 or a 3v1. And I'm mad. You can see in the channel, like, push your cowards. You can see blue teams like all over the place. We have Teneri here, who should really have gone for a jump if the sentry wasn't there. Then you can see Teneri's like super weak, and Enigmus somehow doesn't get killed by Class for some reason, even though he should have died there if Class had paid attention. Class. So blue team is now finally pushing in. Enigmus here by himself. He's gonna retreat and does a bit of a taunt. Yes. Doesn't die though. Taunted at 12 health in the choke for a long time. Uber coming in with me. The worst pyro there is. I get juggled, and then I get swarmed. My medic dies, so I'm not sure why the medic came in there with me. It was a bad idea, but Teneri gets the kill on Enigmus. You can see Enigmus is actually... Yeah, Enigmus and Teneri are doing the same in points. Getting the speed pad, running out of spawn. So it's going to take the upper area. Paying attention to the other flank there. Teneri comes in. I think Teneri's going to die here. Yep. Like, this is a bad spot to push forward into a demo when you're already taking damage. Sticky trap, just hanging out. Just waiting for the blue team to push through. You can see that the blue team isn't really pushing through here. They're going to the other side, but this is just so much patience coming in, because any other player would have gone out like this and had a look way before this. So you see he goes out, doesn't really commit too much. Comes to Neri, sees him in the corner of his eye, kills him, puts up another trap. Kalis sees the medic, tries to gets one pipe off Luke. I wonder if he's gonna go for a second one now that he know that the medic is there. And whoop. Kills the sentry and stays back. So this is like, if you play like this, very safe defensively, it's easier to not die as much. I'm not sure what he's doing. So he's just sticking up, making sure that nobody can get to the cart. Spamming out. Lost really the part where the upper area there, and then he has some pipes going out. Gonna finish off the pressure with some sticks. Now he has to reload his entire clip. Not sure he has the sustain for this. Robson runs straight into sticky traps. Really trusting his team to have his back here, so they have, 2 sentries, which is a lot on Barn Blitz last. 9 minutes left of the map. And then Teneri dies again. We're trying to push up here. I push through. He dies. Good me. I just closed the gap and killed him. So getting the kill on Enigmus isn't impossible if you've ever gotten killed by him repeatedly and never gotten the kill back. So I'm not even going to bother pressuring him here, because, the push is over. We have to regroup. You can see the cart is moving forward. That's all that matters. Some damage coming in. Looking for where that soldier went. Out with the Necro Smasher. And for some reason, Kapux doesn't follow up with the last single rocket that he could have used to kill Enigmus. Kapux now dead anyway, so... So if you don't focus fire Enigmus, he's going to live forever. You need to commit. So he now is on fire, immediately finds his way to a health pack. Teneri here, if he didn't suck, he would have killed Enigmus there too, because he literally dropped in front of him. Probably didn't see him and didn't look around enough. See, I'm trapped down a corner here, and yeah, I get absolutely burnt by a human-shaped set of pixels. Enigmus now hanging back, having people in front of him. Generally a good idea if you want to increase your odds of winning. Once again, this sticky trap here going to be on the side. Blue team, are they going to push into blue team? There's an awful teleporter. And then the rig gets cleaned up. Brave Conscript cries and wonders why his Russian blueprints let him down. And the answer is you don't build in the middle of a war zone. And then he's pressuring Teneri again. Got another kill on him. Currently up on a 3-kill streak. And then he's just laying down some pipes. Actually got the kill on the medic there. Profi dies, so good on him for that little peek. Stays around here, full health, has the medic with him. We have a spy, Robson. I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to do because, anything spy against a competent team is pretty difficult. The red team, they have a pretty decent pyro and they're sticking together, so getting the drop on anybody is going to be pretty difficult. So, blue team still struggling to find their footing. See here we have a little push going in. You can see that they aren't moving forward, which means that Enigmus is going to be able to do more damage to them. And that's kind of the idea with the demo man. You kind of have to close the gap in order to get the kill or get anything done. But like, this is a pretty brutal hold. I mean, there's sentries and wrangled sentries and a sentry backing up the sentry. So overall, this is a pretty obnoxious thing to push. And even the pro version doesn't solve this issue. It just flips the advantage from the defenders to the attackers on the last point. But now it looks like blue team's finally pushing through. We have Kapux here up top. We have 2 soldiers coming in here, double Uber going in. And for some people, just forget to look around when you're attacking. So Enigmus here eludes 2 soldiers by simply just standing in the open. And now that most of red team is dead, the carts, well, we have the soldiers here, did a bit of a cleanup. Robson misses the stab for some reason, and then Enigmus dies. And I think, yeah, I don't think red's gonna recover from this, so let's just fast forward this. Let's see if Enigmus comes back up. Let's have a look here. So cards moving forward. It's only 3 seconds left on the clock. And they managed to defend for now. Enigmus is, oh, there he is. And the sentry going up here, Brave Conscript decided that the war zone is the best place to build a sentry. It goes down immediately. And now Enigmus has to defend the payload, but it wasn't enough, and we win. And you can see that Enigmus is pretty high on the scoreboard, so he did pretty well that game. So, yeah. I've been sick for a while, feeling a bit better, but I'll be going away soon again, so expect more videos after next week. Be sure to join Steam group, Discord, everything. If you like this video, so if there's any kind of player you want to see, let me know and we'll take a look.